Hey, Kyle here with Maple Systems. Today I'll be showing you our Lite-Managed industrial network switches. Packed with features like auto negotiation, flow control, storm control, VLAN management, security, and traffic control with options such as redundant power supply and port priority. Setup is simple thanks to the easy-to-use MapleLink Lite setup wizard and management interface. Most importantly, they are engineered to handle vibration, shock, freefall, and interference in the most extreme industrial environments. Let's take a look. Okay, I'm going to be unboxing one of the Lite-Managed industrial network switches. This is the MS1L05G01F. This one has 5 ports. When you first open the box, you'll see the MS1L05G01F quick start guide. And then within that quick start guide, there is the Maple Systems limited warranty. Underneath that, there is an accessory. It comes with a terminal block power connector in a Ziploc bag. And then wrapped in anti-static is the MS1L05G01F. So let's remove it from the anti-static wrapping. And here it is. Here are the 2 Lite-Managed network switches. They have some of the same features and some different. The MS1L05G01F has 5 copper ports, and the MS1L08G has 8 copper ports. They both range from speeds of 10 to 100 to 1000 megabytes per second, and they have MDI and MDIX options as well. The MS1L05G01F has one FX GBE SFP uplink port. They both have auto negotiation, flow control, storm control, LLDP filter, 802.1q VLAN, advanced management functionality, advanced security, traffic control, STP, RSTP, and ERPS, to name a few features. The MS1L08G has code redundancy. They have Industrial QoS for Ethernet IP, Profinet, and Goose packets. They both have port priority. They have a redundant power system. The MS1L08G is UL listed. The MS1L05G01F has an operating temperature of -10 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius, or 14 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. The MS1L08G has an operating temperature of -40 degrees Celsius to 75 degrees Celsius, or -40 degrees Fahrenheit to 167 degrees Fahrenheit. They have metal housing, and they have DIN rails for mounting. Let's take a look at the I/O. On the front, you have 5 RJ45 Ethernet copper ports, and they each have rubber covers that you can remove. And put that back in. On the bottom is an SFP module port. This is only available for the MS1L05G01F. And then on the top, you have your LED light indicators for power, redundant power, alarm, and SFP. Let's take a look at the top of the network switch. On the top, you have your terminal block for your 20 to 57 VDC power input, redundant power, and then also your alarm relay. At the top, there is a dip switch. At the bottom, there is a grounding screw. Take a look at the bottom of the switch. There is a reset button. This can restore it back to factory default. It also does a power cycle as well. And then on the back of the network switch, there is a DIN rail for mounting. Now I'm going to power on my network switch. So I have my wiring going into the power input on the terminal block on the top of the unit. And then I also have an Ethernet cable going into port 2. And then the other end of that Ethernet cable is going into my network. So I'm going to turn on my power supply. And you can see the LED lights blink on the ports. And you see the power LED light lit up. And you can see the LED light on port 2 blinking, and then you know you are up and running. Now let's check out your Lite-Managed industrial network switches management interface, MapleLink Lite. To access this, you'll need to enter the default IP address, which is 192.168.100.254. Once you enter that, you will see a MapleLink Lite welcome screen. Then you need to set up your wizard settings. After you set that up, after every time you enter your IP address, this login screen will show up. So I've changed my IP address to 192.168.254.78 on my network. In your wizard settings, you will also set up your username and password. By default, your username will be admin. Your password would also be admin, but I've changed that here. Enter my new password. I kept my username as admin and log in. This is what you'll see when you first log in. You'll see the topology map, and then it'll load your system information. When you first enter the default IP address, 192.168.100.254, you will first see your wizard settings, and here's that welcome screen, and it'll load your account information. So this is where you'll enter your username and then your new password, and then confirm it, and then the device name. In this case, I'm using the Lite-Managed MS1 L08G, so the 8 port. Once you enter that information, you'll hit next, and then you'll enter an IP address, subnet, and default gateway here. You can do static IP as well as dynamic. Hit next, and then choose between security and normal. Once you enter all that, you hit apply, and then it will load your MapleLink Lite user interface here. So on the left, you have configuration, which is wizard settings, dashboard, port settings, ring settings, system settings, network topology. Here you can see your topology map. So here you can see the network switch I have connected. And of course, if you had multiple, you see them all here. Top right, you can see the port that I have connected. So I'm using port 2. You can see that the power is on. Down in security, here is 802.1x, ACL, port security, server control, storm control, and VLAN management. Diagnostic, alarm, port mirroring, port statistics, port utilization, syslog, utilization threshold, and management as SNMP, SNMP version 3, SNTP, system information, system maintenance. You can do firmware upgrades here, and then user account. You can enter other usernames and passwords here as well besides admin. And then lastly, you have your MapleLink support contact information. To get more detailed information on MapleLink Lite, be sure to watch the Lite-Managed Industrial Network Switch Setup and Configuration Overview video, which I will have linked at the end of this video. Well, that wraps up everything today, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it on YouTube and subscribe to the Maple Systems YouTube page. To get more information on our Lite-Managed Industrial Network switches, you can visit the Maple Systems website or reach out to our sales team, sales@maplesystems.com. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.